Welcome to another special episode of the Hiring and Empowering Podcast with Molly McGrath. Today, she's taking you back inside the law firm admin bootcamp to take a look at the house rules of engagement. What does that mean? Here's Molly McGrath to explain.
The secret to performing excellence, miracles, right? We're all looking for a miracle, lies in number one, knowing your desired outcome. I know that sounds so simplistic, but I can't tell you how many firms are not clear on the desired outcome. They'll use these fuzzy words like mission statement, vision statement, what have you. Knowing your desired outcome as a firm, as a team, and in your role. Number two, not knowing how you'll pull it off, but we have the mindset and the energy that we can and we will. Watch us. We don't get into the weeds about the how. Number three, we adopt. We are in the business of making decisions. We take action in real time with the watching film after a championship game mindset to debrief, then refine, redefine, or elevate, or double down with a CEO mindset. Number four, we have the honest, respectful conversations in real time with the daily huddle. Number five, we embody the faith walk, is what my coach calls it. We no longer white knuckle or expect the worst, or expect disappointment that I hear a lot of times that attorneys are consistently expecting from their team because they're not empowered in stepping up and leading. Whatever happens, we will be okay and we can figure it out because we have a team-centric approach to reaching goal, and our team is rooted in being high performers. And as high performers, we fail forward and we fail fast. It's all the things that make the 2mm shifts. The small improvements that make big, massive impact. 1% better every day, every week. We have a mindset of progress, not perfection. We adopt one small step at a time intentionally. When I landed in the legal industry at the raw age of 27 years young, my first coach taught me an important lesson. All truth resides in agreement. And so that's why the takeaway and the tool you're going to implement this week is what we call the house rules of agreement in teams. Today, this is a set of shared guidelines or expectations that a team establishes to ensure smooth collaboration, respectful communication, and efficient workflow and effective workflow management. Think of this as your fight song. If you, when one or all of us want to jump ship, this is a tried, tested, proven framework for personal and professional development. This is your anchor to anchor back to when stress, not if, gets high, workload gets crushing, what have you. So before we go over the suggested sample mindsets of the house rules of engagement, which is really a combo of lessons from a few of my favorite business books and leadership books. First Among Equals, How to Manage a Group of Professionals, The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, and Crucial Conversations. So the essence I really got from those 3 books that I anchored to over and over again over the past 30 years is, number one, this is the essence of your house rules of engagement. We embrace discomfort. We can do hard things. We can and we will. Watch us. We have courageous conversations internally and externally in real time. Everything is possible and everything is on the table with a can-do approach. We no longer have the mindset of we've already tried that. That won't work. All the excuses and reasons that we've talked about before. We are connected and every voice matters. We have an attitude of gratitude, even for the messy middle. The time is now. We don't defer to deflect. Processing without a deadline is a death of our law firm. It is a death of us as a collaborative team. Next, we are lifetime learners. We live for the aha moments. We embrace behaviors and we train people to how to behave. People behave how you train them, even the attorney, the boss. And as a side note, I'd love for you to go back to Module 1 and listen to Week 1's open coaching hours on this very topic. We respond versus react. We embrace the power of the pause. We have a 24-hour rule when, not if, we're triggered. We call out energy. We say to people, are you okay? You seem off it before they're walking into a conference room to close a $10,000 deal. It's just as critical as meeting client deadlines. Money is energy, and we are all responsible for the energy that we bring in a room and leave in a room. And we help shine that flashlight when we see our coworker, our boss, our attorney is off and help them dump it before they walk into their next big move. We clarify and verify project management and everything. We are beyond grateful for true transparency. We are unabashed with accountability, self-accountability, self-directed. Being able to take responsibility for yourself, your actions is a key component to building trust and to really building your house rules of engagement. Nurturing this skill is essential to personal development and should likewise be central among your development goals for your work environment as well. Because just as connected and unified you are in what you're doing, we also take a look at what we should stop doing, as we are to the goals and tasks that are in our daily activities. Your times and your priorities are more clearly defined by the things you choose to decline and say no to, of what we're not doing anymore, because right now, that will take us off our game. It'll be a distraction. And oh, by the way, attorney, we have a bonus attached to our roles and goals and KPIs. So no, instead of readily making that knee-jerk reaction and agreeing or saying yes to things, even when we know we don't have the time or the capacity to be able to crush them. It's not just what you say yes to, it's what you say no or not now to. And you're not going to squash the attorney's idea or creativity or visionary. What they really are trying to say to you is somebody capture it so I don't forget it and put on next quarter's projects or next week's agenda or what have you. But we're not stopping everything and derailing and distracting. One of my favorite sayings is less is more. So when we're so anchored to true north, when we are so anchored to our goal, it is quite simple and absolutely achievable. So let's give you a real live example. You will see this, and I am all about easier to edit than create. That's a whole model for anybody that hangs out with us in Law Firm Admin Bootcamp. Let's give an example of house rules of engagement. These are your agreement rules, and I talked about some of the things to get your juices flowing. As shares on the screen, here's an example. As a team, we agree to operate under the following house rules of agreement day in and day out to allow us to grow and eliminate any necessary dividedness. We, the team, agree to refrain from holding on to stuff. We operate with honest, well, respectful conversations in real time. Number 2, we walk into every situation, meeting, and interaction with facts without emotions. Motto, adult conversations that we've been talking about. Number 3, our firm operates with a best practice communication structure, with a level 10 mindset of daily huddle, same place, same time, weekly stakeholders meeting, ran and facilitated with an agenda, again, same place, same time, and not the attorney having to lead it. Next is a weekly 1-hour marketing meeting, ran and facilitated, again, with an agenda, same place, same time, attorney not leading it. The whole essence of this is how to get your team to step up and lead. And in order for that to happen, it takes for the attorney to let go, control, and trust. Well, how do they let go and trust? When they see things that are ran with agendas, that they are being managed, that they are being led, that they are consistent, that they are persistent, that there is follow-up, that we have CEO mindsets and behaviors of a peak performance team. Number 4, every person has absolute permission, responsibility, and authority to hold each other accountable and be accountable for our own actions. Number 5, we agree to show up on time. This is a big ask in some law firms, to internal and external meetings, and we are prepared. This is how you instill confidence in your attorney. This is how your attorney stops being a micromanager, a control freak. All these words that I hear that from employees, and on the flip side from the attorneys, that I can't trust my employees. Nobody's stepping up. No one's taking ownership. Nobody follows up. It's all head trash, and it's all stories, and it's all unnecessary when you anchor to these house rules of engagement that we are committing to. And there's cause and effect. If Susie keeps showing up every single week, 15 minutes late, or sliding in at the last minute, but then having to go get her coffee and go to the bathroom and then go get her notes and not prepared or what have you, we agree right here and now that we get to call it. And there's no story that we're throwing you under the bus, that we're putting you, on the chopping block, whatever these terminologies that employee mindset people use versus entrepreneur teams use. So we're all agreeing to this. Number 6, everything is always on the table with a can-do approach. We will never ever say again, we've already tried that and that didn't work. We're burning the boats on that language and mindset. Number 7, we engage in healthy conflict to solve problems quickly and to put critical topics on the table for discussion, again, in real time. It's nothing worse than when we just compounding stuff and compounding stuff and compounding stuff. And then there's a blow up, and now we're bringing stuff up that happened 6 months ago when maybe the person you're talking to wasn't even in the building. They weren't even there before, what have you. And that's how you erode your attorney's confidence that you all have us, and really that you are ready for raises, for reviews, for bonuses, and for promotions within the firm. Number 8, always be willing to fail forward and fail fast. That is our motto. Number 9, we will not cancel, no show for any internal meetings over the next 5 weeks. We are committing to this. Somebody's on vacation, the meeting still happens. Even if there's supposed to be 10 of us here and there's only 2 of us. Even if the attorney can, especially when the attorney cannot be here. This is how you step into entrepreneurship. And then you give the attorney a debrief. If we wait for a perfect meeting where everybody can be there at the same time, the chances of it getting started and the chances of it being consistent and persistent in a habit are pretty nil. So we are committing, we will not cancel and no-show for any unless we have pre-scheduled hearings, meetings, depots, whatever that might be. And then here's our motto. We are coming up with our motto. We are a team of open, honest, respectful, receptive conversations. We are a team that expects being held accountable, and we individually take full responsibility for our part. We hold each other to our goals and dreams, often despite ourselves. We take nothing personal because our primary goal is to make certain our clients are delivered the best client-centered service possible. We are a united team of undefended communication that allows us to grow, thrive, and soar both personally and professionally. We are unstoppable. And then as you see here, everybody signs it. And this is something I highly recommend that you hang in your break room, that you have as your background in your Zoom rooms, and that you revisit in every weekly meeting.
Control freak, it's what my staff thinks. They may be right, because this treadmill of dread running through my head keeps me up at night. I'm so tired of micromanaging. How do I train, manage, and lead? I can't find time to be visionary, head down in the weeds. We're gonna tighten up this operation. We're gonna build a strong foundation. No more chaos and confusion. We'll build a team that brings solutions. I see what could be, and I can't wait. Law firm admin bootcamp is the way. We're signing up today. Law firm admin bootcamp is the way.